Good evening, good afternoon. Hope everyone is doing well. That's better. Right. Big up to everyone that's watching. Big up to everyone that's in the comments. Welcome to Friday night's update news, because that's pretty much all it is at the moment, because Arsenal are going to take forever to actually announce people. As I've always said, Arsenal's PR machine sucks. Anyway, big up to Tamina. I'm always very careful of what you put because someone will click me. Yes. So Arsenal, we'll get onto this in a bit. Our minimum objective was 7 players. And I will get onto that a little bit more. Gyökeres is joining someone. Rodrigo and Eze joining. How do I explain? Right, so Rodrigo, we all know the situation. That's going to take a little bit of time to see exactly if he's willing to push it. Because at the end of the day, he needs to push for the move. No one else. Arsenal are willing to pay. Real Madrid would be willing to sell. But if Rodrigo doesn't want to actually leave, then he won't leave. Because Real Madrid are not that type of club where they go, if you don't want to get, you don't want to be here, we'll just sell you. It's not quite like that. Eze is a moving situation right now, so one to watch at the moment. I was fully aware that he would be joining Tottenham. Tottenham, because of their financial issues, won't be moving for anybody until like Sunday, Monday, Tuesday time. They have backed away from Eze. I don't know why. I'll be honest, I don't know why. So yeah, it does look like Chloe Kelly will be joining us. We'll get onto that shortly. Any other players? We'll get on to all that as well. Is Eze viewed as a left winger? Technically, both. It's the whole situation with the attack is a very fluid situation right now. Big up to Tubaka, but it is very fluid right now, and it will be for a few days, I reckon. Big up to Melanie saying afternoon, Bobby. Big up to Ali J saying look forward to checking in with Bobby's updates. Thank you very much. Big up to Gary saying hello. Big up to Den AFC UK. Evening Gooners. Hope all is well, Bobby. It's not too bad. Big up to Geeks saying evening chat, evening Bobby. Hello to all the views. Please like and subscribe, and thank you very much. Appreciate the love as always, Geeks. Big up to Neil. There is no hold up with Sesko. I'm pretty sure that in the next, what will be on Friday, let's say Saturday, Sunday, Monday, like I said, there is a deadline. The decision will be made deadline day on Monday. The decision will be made. So, yeah. Because at the end of the day, Leipzig have got a lot of issues themselves. We don't have any issues. They have issues. They have to sort it out. Nothing to do with us. Big up to Mohammed saying evening. Big up to Frank. Big up to Starkey. Big up to Neil. Are you watching on X and YouTube? Big up to Chris. Can't wait for the opinions. Big up to Angie saying happy Friday, Bobby. Happy Friday to you. Tell me about it. Bobby thinks everyone joining Arsenal. Big up to Akpos as well. Akpos, you honestly think I've forgotten you? Please do subscribe to Akpos. He is a huge part of our community. So do please subscribe to Akpos. Please subscribe to anyone that's got channels on here as well. There's quite a few of us. DWTT has a channel. Chris Welch has a channel. Geeks has a channel. I'm trying to think of it, any others. Anyone, basically, just click on their name and it should come up whether or not they've got a channel. And please subscribe. Been offered a job trial removing furniture on Monday, working with. That's awesome stuff. Big up to you, mate. Congratulations. Big up to Simba. That Norgard deal was the quickest deal we've ever done. Well, not really. I'll explain why when it's all complete, but it definitely was not quick. It's good that things are moving. Hope this isn't club PR. No, it's not. It's just the way that Berta showed his hand now. And there's no pulling back from this now. So let's hope it all pans out the way that he has tried to play this. I expect it will, because he's done so far very, very well. But yeah, the tricky part is the forward line. That's the tricky part. Sick of rejected leads. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's mad, isn't it? Absolutely mad. Big up to Mo. I'm sure you will speak about Mosquera, but will this affect Hato? I wasn't really going to speak about Mosquera, in all fairness, due to the fact I'll talk about it more when it's complete. But Mosquera is a right-sided centre-back, which is what we needed. Hato is a left-sided centre-back who covers left-back, who we would like. So big difference. And again, it's a fluid situation, and we'll get onto Kivior in a minute. Big up to Vix Rowe. Is Sesko coming? In my opinion, yes, he is. Eze is a cam, but Arteta will play him left wing if you signed him, and you're welcome. How high is Leo on the list? He's second choice for the left wing. Just make sure everyone knows that's a left wing, not like Arteta's not going to play him left back or goalkeeper or anything. He's going to second choice for left wing. Sky saying Man United latest bid for Mbeumo is rejected. I've reassured people who I speak to on the Man United side, do not get affected, because that will go through. I'm sure you'll speak. Yep, I will. Hato unlikely now. Nope, still a possibility. Big possibility. Big up to Dean. Has Arsenal decided to pull the trigger on the defender yet, or are they only going to do it after the attackers? No, the reason we're doing the small bits now is because we've kind of got our attack kind of target sorted to a degree. So we'll get onto this in a minute, I promise. How are going shaping up? Will we make a good sum from sales this year? I definitely hope so. I'm not always that confident when it comes to sales, because we are not a good club to sell. That's a historic thing, not a recent thing. That is a historic thing. I hope we get over £100 million in. That's the hope. Let's just wait and see. Big up to the gamer. Big up, mate. Oh, have you? Oh, you'll have to let me know what your name is, because the problem with tags on here, once you come into the WhatsApp group, I don't know who you are. So please do let us know who you are in the WhatsApp group on YouTube, so we kind of know your name. It helps me out a hell of a lot. So please do. Who is more possible, Sesko or Sesko? Eze, Sesko, Rodrigo, oh my, can't we sign them all? I'll get into that in a minute. Nick from Akpos for Stafford. Yes, even Toto's come out and said it now as well. Absolute madness. Yeah, Mosquera is the centre back from Spain. Another day, another defender signed. Attackers unnecessary. I promise everything will be fine. Temi, I promise. Unfortunately, this is the problem when the media are playing with the fan bases of not just Arsenal fans, it's all fan bases, and it's not fair. I promise the attack is being worked on, and the majority of our budget is on the attack. If you think we're spending and like doing madness just in defence and midfield and goalkeeper, you wait till you get the attack stuff, because trust me, It's going to blow your mind. Mascara has been clearing mostly at left-sided centre-back his career and only plays as right centre-back in the back three. I've watched him play, just to correct you. I'm not saying he can't play right centre-back, just thought I'd say that. Yeah, when we got this scout report from Valencia, so his strengths, very correct. He can play left centre-back. However, he is a right back and right centre back, which is he's going to be cover for Saliba, which is our main target. Always has been, because we have no one to cover Saliba. Obviously, we've got Calafiori to cover Gabriel Kivior as well. But yeah, it's what I go with is the scout reports and the data reports. So yeah. No, it's all right. I'll do that off stream. I won't do that on stream, mate. Shezad, gotcha. Thank you very much, Game. Yes, you joined this morning, didn't you? Yes, so big up to you. To anyone in the WhatsApp group, I am Nick. There we go. We're just going to out people's names. It'll be a lot easier. Bobby from the 6 locked in. How many of these work? 4. Quick question: can Slokonga, Fabio, Tommy Cafu, Drossard all get out of my club? Lokonga will be, Fabio Vieira will be, Tommy Cafu, I'm guessing that's Tommy Asu. Tommy Asu can't because he's injured. We'll get on to Trossard. So yeah, unless Russell joins Aston Martin as a yes, I've also heard that there's a issue with Russell signing a new contract because of the talks with Max. So yeah, I've definitely heard. Big up to G. Hope you're doing well. Bobby, are you saying be excited? I am. How will we know BS from the real in the media, Bobby? Honestly, Neil. I don't know if anyone's ever watched Idiot Abroad. And Cole Pilkinson's superpower wanted to be a bullshit man. I wish I could have that power and just literally go on X and go bullshit, because I would do that pretty much all day. So yeah, pick up to BX. Moscow played more games as right centre back last season. I want Gyökeres over Sesko. Yep, I get that. I'll be honest, I want Sesko over Gyökeres. Look, at the end of the day, we're all different. We're all different people. We all have different opinions, and that's just the way it is. And I'm definitely not going to argue. I'm definitely not going to say you're wrong. It's just I prefer Sesko. I just do. I love Gyökeres myself. I wanted him when we had the opportunity to sign him from Coventry, but we chose not to. So I'm getting a little bit fed up with the fact that we turn down the opportunity to sign someone and then we want them 2 years later. That bit is annoying, if I'm honest. But that's football. So yeah, it is. We just signed Mosquito, but apparently be excited. The reason I'm going to say be excited is because we're getting all the little side dishes done and we're now waiting for the main meal. The main meal is definitely going to be worth it. So yeah. Russell to Aston Martin, only other option. If not, it's not staying at Mercedes. Newey working on a car for Russell, who's potential champion. Not bad as it. True. Oh dear. Mr. Castles being used by Mendes to pressure Arsenal into buying Gyökeres. Seems like Sesko release calls reports are false. They were totally false. Absolute codswallop. You tell me I will. Honestly, mate, there's so much out there that's just so much rubbish. I was literally about 5 minutes before I went live. A good friend of mine is a United fan, and he sent me a tweet, and I just literally went BS, and he went, "All right, cheers." That's just the way it is. It's just madness, honestly. Stat-wise, Gyökeres is a better choice. Yeah, I get that. But I think, for me personally, I just prefer Sesko. It's just me. Gyökeres agents versus club is something you don't want to involved in it now, in my opinion. Yeah, the the situation between Gyökeres and Sporting Lisbon is not something that's good, and unfortunately will change the transfer market windows for quite a while. Because what I will say about the football world, there is a lot of gentlemen's agreements, and I would say over 95% of them are kept to, and there is no issues with. Sometimes they don't keep to their word. It never gets this messy. I think from now on, there's going to be some kind of paperwork that is done to kind of sort this out in future, which is not nice. If I'm being honest, Bobby, you say we'll still be short end of the window for your liking, but looks like we may yet seventh. Yes, I will explain at the end of the window, and the reason I'm going to wait now is because there is a possibility, a small possibility, I might actually be delighted. There's a small possibility of that, which will shock me. I'm not going to say I'm going to rate it a 10 though, but yeah, it's an interesting one. But yeah, we could sign quite a few, to be fair. Arsenal expected a second sign. You're using my stats against me. Big up to Jim, who's reposted the stream. Mosquera positions played left centre back. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh, I don't know if I can do it on my. No, I can't do it on my phone. I have to do it on my computer, but obviously on here now. Hand of Arsenal getting shouts from Romano and Ornstein. Guess he's moved on from an ITK. I'll be honest, Simba, the less I talk about this guy, the better, because otherwise I'll get myself into big doo-doo. Is there any small deals to be done before the forward signs, or are we waiting for an outgoing? We don't have to wait for an outgoing. We're just the problem that we've got is not necessarily with who we've got locked in. It's more of a case of we're just trying to get the right fit for the right price for the right everything, and that is not always easy. So we try. I'll obviously talk about this in a minute. So I'll wait to wait a minute, and I'll talk about it very shortly. I still want Rodrigo over Eze. Duncan Castle was a nightmare with his so-called scoops. Yeah, his scoops are bullshit. You've seen the trend in strawberry and cream sandwich from M&S. I actually do want to try it, to be fair, Chris. I just want to try it. I might be sick, but I definitely want to try it. No, he's not. Correct. Is this Max Dowman guy really good? Yes, he is. Looks like it may be a Magnificent Seven, Bobby. It may be more. I'm trying to think of. Is there a film with 8? Is there a Magnificent 8? I don't think there is. Is there? Ocean's 8, I suppose. But no, it could be more. Zubi, Kepa, Norgard, done percentage wise. Done. Dun 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 dun. They're done. You'll see all them. You'll see them all announced next week. There's literally no reason not to announce them next week. I've even done the thing that I do, so they're definitely done. Because I only get the thumbs up to do that when they're definitely done. So, yeah, yes. Ornstein's probably the better out of the three. If I'm going to go with any of them, please go over the process of the Norgard deal. So, Norgard was done. Trying to think now. Beginning of June. End of May. So the reason that we got Norgard locked in is just in case Party decided to leave. Now, as far as I was aware, he was still going to stay. He was still going to agree. Blah, blah, blah. It didn't turn out like that. So as soon as we knew he was going to go, that's it. See you later. And lock him in. So there you go. That's how quick we could do it. That's why it looked quick, because the media had no idea. But yeah, status percentage wise: Eze, Rodrigo, Sesko, Gyökeres, Hato, Mosquera. Oh, geez. That's a tough one. Mosquera is very, very high. I have to be careful what I'm saying there. Hato, 60-40, I'd say. Gyökeres is the percentage. You've got to bear with me here because I can't say too much information. So I have to be very careful what I say. So I'm having to be very careful how I say this. So Gyökeres is a percentage, but don't get too excited. Sesko, in my opinion, will definitely happen. In my opinion, just bear that in mind. Rodrigo, I'd say 80% it will happen. As a right now, probably 70% right now. That has changed. And like I said, that's fluid. That is a fluid situation right now, Eze. Literally today, stuff has happened with Eze. So it's one to watch. Strawberry and cream in fortunes. Fair enough, but in bread, make me get. It's supposed to be a sweet bread, as far as I'm aware. It's meant to be something from Japan, isn't it? Some kind of thing they do over there. Whoever we sign, please keep Gabriel away from them in training sessions. Is Partey going back to Spain? I have absolutely no idea where Partey's going. He could be going to Barcelona. He could be going to Turkey. He could be going to Saudi. I'll be honest, Mohammed, right now, I couldn't care. I'll be honest. I'm sorry. Yes, we are definitely cooking on full gas, by the way. Big up to Ryan saying evening. Hope you're doing well, Ryan. And that is absolute BS, just so everyone's fully aware. So everyone, there's 500 people listening right now. This is absolute BS. This is the cherry on top of a cherry bakewell of BS. The biggest of BSs. There is so much out there I really kind of want to lose my head over. That is the worst one I've seen today. Not very excited, in my opinion. We're looking for deals, not going after targets. It seems we just pay them. So. Okay, BX. It's just me and you talking now, mate. All right. So this is the way Berta deals. He has his favourite, right? And the way he gets his favourite on the best deal is by start negotiating with other people. It's a very, very clever tactic. Risky, but very clever. So basically, it's like you go into a garage. You see a Camaro, but he's not willing to push the price down. So you go over the road to another garage. They're selling a Camaro a little bit less. And, the dealer is like, hang on. Whoa. My customer, I want him. I want that commission. You then lower your price a little bit. It's very, very, very clever. It's risky, but clever. Do you think we get Sesko news at the weekend? 72 hours. 72 hours. I just don't understand the whole thing now at the moment, I'll be honest. I love Cherry Roquefort, mate. It's one of my favourite. I will get on with the show in a minute. We're 25 minutes in and I'm not even on the show. If Arsenal give me Victor Gyökeres, I will be happy, says Ryan. See, look, even if Sesko fell absolutely flat out and just did not work and we got Gyökeres, I have no issues with it. I'm not issue with anybody that comes in, to be fair. I've not seen one player on our list that I've gone, oh God, no thanks. So I like that. I like that Berta's got a very good collection of targets and it's all working well. Which would be your favourite sign in this window if the signing would happen? Bugger me. I think I'm going to have to stick with my fullback allegiance, though. I'm going to really disappoint people here. If we were to get Hato, I would be delighted. I love Hato. But there's a lot of players I'm actually looking forward to, if I'm honest. Are there any updates from the last video to this video? Yes, there is. Once I can get into the show, I promise there are some updates. Berta is playing poker when everyone else is playing checkers. Yes. Seems to be much more speed and preparation plans for Berta compared to Edu on all fronts, including contracts. Hope it continues. He's absolutely incredible. Surely you have an issue with Sonogo coming in. I'll have an issue with Chris Grombia coming in, mate. Big up to John saying, Bobo. See, I don't rate some players, but if they sign for us, I would still back them. Yeah, exactly. Good evening, Berta. Please give me more defenders, says Chris. I'm getting on with it, I promise. But you know me, if you put comments in, I'm going to read the comments out. That's just the way I am. Right, let's get on with the show. I'm going to ignore the comments for a bit, okay? Right, let's start with the Arsenal women because there are some positive stories coming out. So we've got one coming in. Hines, she is the vice captain from Liverpool. She should be signing a new contract with us this week. She's a right back, so that's a positive signing. Chloe Kelly should be announcing that she is rejoining us this week as well. And the goalkeeper from Wolfsburg, Bode, she's a 24-year-old German goalkeeper. Sorry, I'm doing this from the top of my head, so I do apologise. But yes. So all three will be freebies, which is lovely. And to be honest, in the WSL, that happens more often than not because they all run out their contracts and they just go off and go somewhere else normally. So, yeah, those three should be announced this week because all their contracts are up this week. Right, let's quickly talk about this. Main objective will be achieved. As I said, 7 players will be signed. It was the objective for Berta to get 7 players in. I can guarantee that will happen. There might be 1 or 2 more on top of that now as well, because the way that he's been doing business has been incredible. So we might get more than 7. So, yeah, that's always a positive. The reason I've called this about the attacking overhaul is because there are going to be 3 attackers coming in, minimum. Don't worry, 1 will definitely be a striker. I've had to put those in brackets just in case anyone panics. 1 will be a striker. 1 left back, fingers crossed. 1 midfielder still to come. That's on top of Norgard, Mosquera, Kepa and Zubimendi. That's on top of. So we are then on 9 signings. Beautiful, isn't it? Absolutely beautiful. Attack. As I said, our main objective now, because we've got all the little bits done, is just the attack now. So left wing, striker, right wing, cam. Now, I think one of those might have to be kind of dropped, or where someone can play right wing but can also play cam. So there might have to be some allowance. That's the sticking point at the moment, is the who can cover more than 1 role. So yeah, brace yourself. As I said, let's watch out for this, because as you've probably seen already, just like there was with the strikers, the left winger is going to blow your mind as well when all the media, I know it's already started, like they're talking about Eze, they're talking about Rogers, they're talking about Rodrigo, they're talking about Leao. It's because he's spinning multiple plates. There is talks with Rogers, there is talks with Leao, there is talks with Rodrigo, there is talks with Eze, all going on. They're all happening. There's a couple of other left wingers that we're talking to. Lookman is someone that we have spoken to. Igor Paxi, I think it's how you say him. Igor Paxal, the young lad from Eredivisie. We've been talking to him. There's so much happening. So just brace yourself. If you thought you lost your head with the striker situation, you wait till the left winger comes out, because trust me, you'll lose your head even more, because he's spinning multiple plates, and obviously at some point some of this is going to feed out to the media, and they're going to release some of it, and they're going to talk about it. Like it's going to blow your mind. We are trying to get everybody in for the 19th of July, and I do expect. I've always been confident about 80% of our business will be done by that time. And I still think we'll probably be on that. There's maybe still one or two bits still to do, but the majority of our business will be done for pre-season. So that's the positive. I'm just going to go through the show, guys, before I get into the comments, just so I know the show's been done, and then I'll get into the comments. Martinelli and Trossard could be sold, so both, not just one, possibly both. Now, I'm not saying it's definitely going to be Martinelli. I'm not going to say it's definitely Trossard. There's so much happening. It's very, very fluid right now. Absolutely fluid. There is no guarantees anyone's staying. There's no guarantees anyone's leaving. Anything's possible. Brace yourself. Don't forget, we're only in the first month. There's still 2 months of this. You know, we're not just going to all of a sudden get to the 19th of July and go, that's our window done. That's not going to happen. Okay. If something comes up, we'll listen to it. It's as simple as that. So, yeah, brace yourselves, because if I've seen a lot of Arsenal fans already losing their minds now. There's still 2 months of this year. As I said, Kivior stays for now. Again, not guaranteed he will not stay, because he could leave. There's still possibilities. He still could leave. The reason he hasn't gone is because the teams that want him haven't come anywhere near what we're asking for. So it is what it is. Zinni, Nelson, Fabio Vieira, and Co will leave at some point. Now, this will be staggered. They're not all going to leave in one week. They're all going to leave in one day. These will happen over time. Fabio Vieira has been linked with moves to the Premier League. He's been linked with moves across Europe. Nelson linked with the Premier League, also across Europe. Zinni, again, Europe, the Premier League. There's Cole Hine to think about as well. There's many, many things to still do. We're still only we've not even done 4 weeks of the window yet. So there's still lots to do, and it will happen. Just give us time, because there is so much happening. Don't forget, we are one team out of hundreds of teams dealing with this window. It is not simple. To get some business just over the line sometimes. You have to have some kind of patience, which I have noticed football fans don't seem to have a lot of. But I just really want to quickly touch on Andrea's early opinion of him so far. Apart from calling him mad genius, which he actually is, in my opinion, he is a very hardworking man, and he does like to get everything that he sets himself out to do to complete it 100%. So I think if he was to get like 97% done, he would not be happy. He will want the whole 100% done, in my opinion. Right, let's get into the comments, and then we'll wrap it up. All right, let's see where we got to. Let's have a look. Let's have a look, see where we got to. Dean says, I want Gyökeres over Sesko, but not to the extent that Sesko deal wouldn't excite me. I presume Burton knows better than me. There's a lot of media talk about, Berta wants Gyökeres. Berta brought Gyökeres to the table, right? He had no issues with Sesko. He likes the player. He likes to bring other things to the table. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, we'll find out soon enough the whole situation. For me, the only sign that I see making any difference in the title race, and that's Osherman, a semi-arrogant and clinical goal scorer. Never going to happen, mate. Not for us. That's for certain. That one I can definitely rule out. Will never happen for Arsenal. Big up to Ishmael saying happy birthday is here. Plan for the next manager and build a proper squad. We will, in my opinion, have 22 players at the end of this. In my effort to ignore the comments or refuse to notice this notice or read out this comment, says Geeks, with 7 players coming in, how can you not expect to win at least 2 trophies? Yeah, like I said, and I've said this in our group WhatsApps, we're giving him the tools now. It's his job to get us over the line. So there. Thank you very much, Ali. Appreciate it. Elliot, it wouldn't shock me. 7, I would put money on 7 definitely coming in now. It wouldn't shock me with 9. Really wouldn't. Any signings who will be a surprise still, or all the names out there now? There's a couple of names still not released, which would they shock you? Probably not. Probably not. We'll wait and see. I still think there'll be some people that just goes, "Why are we signing him?" But that's just football fans. Not everyone's going to be happy with every signing. It's just impossible. Can Jesus and Trossard be sold? Trossard can be. Jesus possibly could be sold at the end of August. It depends how fit he is. He's doing his rehab very well at the moment, so it's good. I left F1 Media being so slow to news. I broke Max talks with Mercedes and Aston Martin a year ago since Dewey left. When will be the unbelievable left winger be revealed? Is it Rodrigo? So, as I keep saying, the left winger that we've got is locked in. I think I've told you guys. I know I've definitely told the group WhatsApp. I don't expect him to be picked. I'll be honest. I think he'll be like a Rodrigo or a Leao. It will be someone of that magnitude. We do want a very, very good left winger. That is important. I just arrived. We kind of have? Yeah, kind of have. It's a fluid situation right now with Eze. Praying for Eze and Rodrich and Rogers. That's a 10 out of 10. Rogers is definitely a situation. Aston Villa are still in PSR issues. They've got 3 days to sort it out. There will be something happening over the weekend, in my opinion, that may not necessarily do with us, but Aston Villa will have to do something, in my opinion. I'm not bracing myself for Trossard. Bobby, I don't care if that fraud leaves. I will cry when City leaves. Kepa as backup, fair enough, I suppose. Norgard, not a bad player, but I'd be slightly underwhelmed, to be honest, if he was a couple of years younger than decent. I still think he's decent, but just not sure for Arsenal, to be honest. Yeah, I kind of get it. I also get the meltdown, but I don't think what people don't quite realise is we've got Lewis Skelly. That it gives Lewis Skelly that little bit more time before we then put him in midfield. Zumi Mendy's more upgrade replacement on Jorginho, as in my opinion, than Partey. Fair enough. Yeah, Lakonga will leave. I don't see that not happening right now. Seeing some wages that current Arsenal players are on compared to other clubs is shocking. Zinchenko and Jesus' wages are scandalous. Same with Havertz. Well, yeah, well, that's Arteta. If Seen and Kunku and Madueke anywhere near my club, 30 men will fall by my hand at that day. Is the only danger that with Hato that Cine Kivior do not move quick enough and allow. It's possible, but I'm not too worried. I think that's probably the best way I can answer that. Carlisle made more signings. Sam Murray, young left back from Man United on 1 year deal. Clearly Hughes had, yeah, of course he did. And oh, jeez. All right, I'll allow that one. But you did get him from Salford, so you put money in Salford's hands. What would United do with Fabio Vieira, especially with Cunha? So Cunha is versatile, very much like Umbremo. I think for United, it's going to make sense. They're going for a different style. So you'll probably see 2-3 cams with the striker. So they do need another Cam type player to cover. Because don't forget, they really don't have many. Garnacho's leaving, Sancho's leaving. There's a lot leaving United over the next few weeks. Samuel being so sensible, blah, blah, blah. Sounds a good one. Yeah, don't sound too bad, does it? Give a hint at the unbelievable winger that. What country does he play for in Poppy? I don't give clues, you know this. He's got 2 feet. There you go. Eze only good son if you play him in a 10 and boot Odegaard out of your team too. Well, that ain't happening. Are we considering any signings which meet? Yes, that may happen. That will be more likely a midfielder. I don't think Kivior has to leave for Hato to come in as he's seen as a left back. Not necessarily. You are spot on there, Chris. Doesn't necessarily have to go, but someone does have to go. Any signings we will loan out of signing maybe a young DM? Yes, that is definitely one. Cunha and Bremo suit Amorim's system. He does, and I'll be honest, so does Fabio Vieira. All honesty, but I don't think Fabio Vieira will go to Man United if I'm honest. But with Daddy, he's someone that we looked at. There's also a young lad from Corinthians. What's his bloody name? Give me 2 seconds. I'm going to have to find his name for you. Give me 2 secs. It is on my phone, so give me 2 seconds. Give me a moment. Give me a moment. Give me a moment. Breno Bidon. He is a 20-year-old defensive midfielder who can play midfield, attacking midfield, and play on the wing. He's got he's left-footed. Would cost around 15 million max. He's played for the Brazilian under-20s. He's only young. He's got 1 goal, 1 assist in 11 games. He's not too bad, in my opinion. He's someone that we have scouted for quite a while. Don't forget, we've got a scout specifically for South America at the moment. So we have got players that we're looking at over there. Carlo only need 3 more signs. We're good to go. That's always good. Big up to Ali saying, hi, Bobby. Eze news from Ben Jacobs. He said Spurs have backed off from Eze this evening. Yes, as I said earlier in the stream, there is fluidity with this situation at the moment. I think this weekend could be quite important for a lot of clubs, a lot of players. So it's going to be an interesting watch. Obviously, you all know that I'll be back on Tuesday no matter what happens. I do expect Tuesday to be announcement day. So I can stop talking about certain people. So I'll be quite happy then. Any outgoings in the green for other clubs? Any outgoings in the green? You must be in our group WhatsApp. We have no outs in green at the moment. We've got a lot of amber. Would be a dream to get, but yeah, but I think it'd be a little bit too much for us, if I'm honest. York our closest threat been making signings to 100%. I do. It's B Canard F. Hang on. I don't even know it. I don't really use it, I'll be honest, mate. But you're more than welcome to give me a follow. B Canard FAR. I'm just going to type that in into the chat so everyone can see. That's my my ex. I don't really use it, if I'm honest. But you're more than welcome to give me a follow and message me on there. That's absolutely fine. We obviously stream on X through G Talks Arsenal. He's our main man on X. Have they sacked him? I heard about Robbie Savage. I did hear about that because someone spat their coffee at me when they told me. So yeah, I didn't realize Steve Cockerell gone. Okay. Anyway, when do you expect that will be Tuesday. There's literally no reason not to be Tuesday because that is the agreed date that the paperwork goes through. So it makes no sense. If we haven't got all the videos and stuff done for that, it's our stupid PR department. I'm sorry, Arsenal PR department, but you do suck. Will we announce all signings in one day or over the next week? Elliot, honestly, I don't know. There's literally right. I was prepared to announce Kepa today. We are now on 8:45. No announcement. Everything is done for Kepa. Everything. Video, interview, contract, photos, you name it, everything's done. Have Arsenal announced it? Have they, bugger? Arsenal PR suck. That is the slowest part of this. It's really, really stupid. Bobby, I just saw a killer whale underneath your boat. Excellent stuff. I love killer whales. Why are Fabin only seem so behind striker? Is it clickbait? Yes, because there's a lot of people that have to make lots of money out of this nil. Unfortunately, there's a certain part of the sporting world that has quite a big control of this. So yeah. Thank you for changing our lives. I would go that far. I feel bad for Macclesfield. Savage has shares at the club and was head coach. Now he does that. He will foul at. Hang on. So he has shares at the club, but he's going to be the head coach. How does that work? That's a bit weird, isn't it? I think 8 to 9 signings are needed. Few players leaving and already a short squad, while in many areas players have been either overpaid or had recent injuries. We need to prepare for all this. Yeah, exactly. That is exactly what Andrea is doing. This is why, like, a lot of people are going, "Oh, why are we only paying 5 million for?" Because we were going to pay like 20 million for a goalkeeper that was going to sit on the bench. Like, why are we doing that? We've literally, for the price of Jean Garcia, we have got 2 experienced players coming in Norgard and Kepa, and we still got change. Like, it doesn't make sense because Zubimendi is more than capable. Lewis Skelly is more than capable as DM. Rice is more than capable as DM. I've got no issues with what we're trying to do. It's very, very clever. It is already happening. As far as I know, it was done today. Again, give me a moment. As far as I know, that's done. Let me just double check. Give me a moment. Give me a moment. Give me a moment. Give me a moment. I have to dip into something. Hang on. Just give me a moment. Yeah, so that's all good. Yeah, so everything's fine for Norgard. Norgard is done. As I said, that will be announced next week, in my opinion. Even Liverpool fans were panicking about Kirkus this week. I was like, it was nailed on a month ago. Yep, exactly. Is it Alaska? If so, beautiful. It's stunning, isn't it? I'll be honest, Chris, it's mainly because it's around 30 degrees up here. And I feel I need the cold. I'm ginger, for people that are not aware. Gingers do not survive in heat. So I need to feel like I'm somewhere cold at the moment. So Rachel Selby shares, I assume, and obviously I was head coach too at Axfield. Rooney being targeted as Savage. What, Wayne Rooney? Jesus Christ. We need a big season from Calla. I really rate him. Yeah, I do expect one from this season. We're back. Big up to Scott. Yeah, it was literally just a temporary change because we didn't like the new streaming service, so we came back here. Hope there's an attacker bid this next week, but free signings isn't bad before July. Exactly. A lot of fans have been losing their head over that. With Azak calling Odegaard his best friend, will have an impact. No, not really. Isaac, I just don't see leaving. Will there be a crazy bid? Probably. Will it tempt Newcastle? No. There's so much happening behind the scenes that the media will not release for whatever reason. That's their choice. But there is a lot more that happens, and they just don't talk about it. But there is so much more that the media don't talk about. Instead, they make up those of absolute codswallop. I think Liverpool get Gay. Yep. Striker. Yep. Winger. Yes. They might be getting a midfielder as well. But again, it all depends on who leaves. Now, big up to Dylan. Big up to everyone. Right, guys, I am going to be done. But I will definitely see you Tuesday. There should be developments over the next 72 hours. I will catch everything up on Tuesday with you. There will be announcements on Tuesday, because if not, I'm literally going to go to the Arsenal PR department and just do it myself. So, yeah. There's in the Premier League, because if you're talking about Europe, that's going to take me a while to answer. In the Premier League, one desperately has to do it, not anyone else desperately. Some kind of could do with some PSR help, but nothing major. Ekatike is on a list with a few others. Ekatike I'm concerned about as not proven but slot developed. Yeah, exactly. You will find out, I promise. I expect a very interesting 72 hours, personally. Up until Monday night, I expect a very interesting... I know it's longer than 72 hours, but it might not be. Kind of. Yeah. I'd say until about... All right, I'll allow this 74 hours, because I've got a feeling like 10 o'clock Monday night. So, yeah, guys, I'm out of here. I'll speak to you later. Enjoy your weekend. Take it easy. Bye-bye.